We're headed to some public land to make a bow hunt. It's going to be chilly. Deer should be rutting, so I'm excited. I know where we're going. Got the perfect wind for one of my favorite rut funnels. And I got the stick bow. Hopefully we're going to make it happen. See how it goes. Alright, we got camp set up and we are headed to the parking area. The area we're going to hunt. I'm excited. Should be a fun weekend. There's some guys across from me that super nice guys, and they're hunting with stick bows. So got some good company in camp. I'm sure I'll join their fire tonight or vice versa and catch up and get to know those guys. So weekend's starting off good. Hopefully the deer cooperate and we eat some fresh venison in camp. Cold front already blew in. It's probably in the 50s. I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like we're gonna get some action over the next couple of days.
shot. This little spike came through, which we can legally shoot, and couldn't decide if I was going to shoot him or not. And then he made the decision for me. He dropped down to the creek, and then he bumped back up. He just went down there to feed. I'm going to go check to see what he's feeding on. But he came back up, and I mean, he was 3 feet from my tree, and I was going to let him continue past me and take a little bit better of an angle shot, but he was getting a little squirrely. I don't know if he was smelling my sticks or my ground scent. I kind of felt like he was going to blow out, and I knew with him right there, him being on edge, even if he ducked my arrow, he wouldn't duck out of the vital zone. I've never taken a shot straight down like that, but it's part of it. You got to be able to make a decision, and I feel confident in the decision. When I shot, I saw pretty positive lung blood immediately, and he ran, and the last place I saw him was probably 80 yards, but it's going to take a minute for his body cavity to fill up, and I feel good about it. So we're going to sit for about 20 minutes and then ease down. Alright, so blood's pretty much stopped, which is what I expected. It was pretty good for 50, 60 yards, but with it being a top shot, you don't have an exit down below. So I'm gonna leave just one of my field tip arrows right here at last blood. And the last place I saw him was about 30 yards up here. And I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't get to that woods line and lay down and die. He's either dead right up through there or he's holding that arrow good, but I am very confident in that shot. I don't regret it, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna ease up over this little rise and find him. So, but I'm gonna mark the last blood, and I'm gonna loop around where the blood trail would be. That way, if I don't find him looking up here, I haven't stomped all over the blood trail, and see how it goes. Sure enough, right where I thought he'd be, I see a white belly up here. As always, thank you, Lord.
All right, everybody. Got herself a nice young spike. I'm happy to get him out here on some public land, and came in here this evening and hunt this little funnel. As I mentioned earlier, he came through. I didn't think about shooting him too much because I didn't think he was going to work to me. But he changed his course of directions after he fed and worked right into me, gave me a 5-yard chip shot. And when you hunt with one of these stick bows, you don't pass up on those shots. And I hit him right where I was looking, and he made it 70, 80 yards and crashed up. I still got daylight to clean him, get back to camp, and enjoy the evening. Probably get back in the tree tomorrow. So thank the Lord for sending him my way. Thankful to have some good meat in the freezer, but most of all, thankful to have the experience. It is so fun hunting with these stick bows. I'm telling you. I try not to be prideful about it, because I don't want anybody to think that I think I'm better or anything, but you're missing out if you don't ever get behind a longbow or recurve. It's just such a challenge, getting them within distance, you know, having nothing but a bent stick and your woodsmanship, and killing a deer with it. There's nothing like it. It brings me back to the first deer I ever killed, and it makes all hunting just fun. It's not everybody's thing, and that's fine, but I try to encourage everybody. Try it out at least once, because it's fun. Anyway, we'll get him cleaned up and get out of here. Thank you, Lord.
All right, we got a piece of backstrap cut off into a steak, some venison sausage, and got some guys across from a camp that I know that are stick bow hunters. So we're gonna go join camp with them, just throw this meat on the grate over the fire and eat it like that and enjoy the evening. Gonna relax and probably sleep in the morning, get up, eat a good breakfast, and I'll probably go pull that stand down, hunt tomorrow evening, Saturday morning. Just go from there. So anyway, it's a good night. It's the way I like it. All right, that's gonna be the evening. Just ended up getting back to camp and slicing up some of that backstrap and grabbing some sausage from the cooler from a doe I shot last year. Went over to these fellas' camp, went and hung out with them and hung out by the fire, ate that food, and they made some chili, ate some of that. And it's about 10 o'clock now, climbed into the tent, got the heater rolling. And gonna hit it. Not gonna hunt in the morning. Gonna get up and eat a breakfast and get everything cleaned up from tonight, and then go get that deer stand taken down. We're gonna hunt tomorrow evening, and then Saturday morning. Then we'll probably go home a day early just so I can get this meat taken care of and be in church on Sunday. So can't complain. It was a good evening. It's really nice killing a deer on the evening hunt and getting to sleep in.
Dale, say hello.
Hey guys,
So Mr.
welcome to our camp.
I know, right? So I met Mr. Dale last year. He's a traditional bow hunter. He's got a YouTube page as well too. I'll throw a link for y'all. But I made some deer heart this morning. He made us some breakfast burritos, and I got to sleep in because I killed. I think he slept in because he wanted to.
Yeah, he normally on a 2-week trip, he sleeps in the first few cold nights. I'll start getting serious next week if I don't have something soon. But
There you go.
man, I keep seeing them. I don't think it's going to take that long.
Hopefully they're moving. We're going to eat.
Of course, you know, with a big shop and they're set up to make it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Alright, so we just got set up. We came into the area that we hunted last night, and we're gonna take our stand down and go to another area. But I decided to change my mind. I saw a few deer working through here when I came in, and they took off, but they only ran 60, 70 yards, then walked off. I don't think they knew what was going on. They just knew something was here that wasn't supposed to. This is too good of a funnel for me just to walk away from. Even though I shot one in here last night, I feel like we're fine. That deer ran downwind, and I gutted him downwind. So anything on 80% of where deer come from, they'll never smell him. So, I don't know, it might pay off, it may not. We might get skunked. We gotta hunt in the morning, and we're gonna for sure go to a different spot, unless we just see a giant or something in here. So, it's only like 2 o'clock. I'm facing the sun, which is the only thing I hate about this spot in the evening. So that's why I got the stupid face paint on. Normally I just wear a mask if I have a glare, but I took my lightweight mask out of my bag and put my warm one in there, and it's too hot to wear the warm one, so I had some old face paint and threw it on. Anyway, we're gonna get it settled in, and hope to have a good hunt.
All right, so it ended up being a pretty good evening. Saw 7 deer, 2 that were bucks, 1 that was for sure a nice buck that I'd like to shoot. And he crossed the creek, went to the other side. So between seeing that many deer and seeing a buck I would shoot, I left my stand up again, and I'm gonna go hunt it tomorrow morning. Pretty abnormal for me to hunt a spot that many times in a row. I'm try to be really careful about not over hunting a spot, but I'm seeing deer and they don't seem super nervous, and the rut is rolling, so they're not on edge as much. So I feel fine hunting it one more time. I'm gonna hunt till about 10:30. And get out and head home probably. It's been a good weekend. Go home, see the family a little bit, and it's time change this weekend, so get some sleep, get last night's spike, get it dry aging in the fridge, and get that all taken care of, get my pack washed, all that. So we'll be back in the woods next weekend, but hopefully we have a good hunt in the morning and maybe get another deer. So, headed into camp now. I've already prepped dinner, sliced up some wild hog bag strap from some hogs I shot with the stick bow earlier this year. Sliced up some potatoes, and I got a nice chunk of elk back strap that I'm gonna throw on the fire. So should be a good dinner.
Yes, sir, me too.
That's so good.
I'm a huge fan. I bought a can just for deer camp.
Alright guys, wanted to give y'all a little update. We are on the road, headed back home. Decided to head back this afternoon to get this deer finished up and be at church tomorrow. But I didn't do much filming this morning because it's a long story, but ended up having a guy at the parking lot this morning, and even though I told him where I was hunting at and that I already had a stand up, he wanted to hunt down to there too, and he sure enough went down in there and hunted, which is, it's public land. He can hunt wherever he wants to, and so can I, and that's fine. If I would have had my stand with me, that if I wouldn't have left it up last night, I would have definitely offered to him, tell him to go down there and hunt the area, and I would have went somewhere else. But I had to go get my stand, and that didn't bother him, and he hung his saddle and sticks 20 yards behind me. And there's a bunch more to this story, but I'm not whining about it. I had a great weekend. I shot that spike and get to go home a day early and see my wife and kid and be in church tomorrow, so I'm not mad about it. Be back at them next weekend.